Hello everyone and welcome to a new project. This project will be named AI Stocks, and I put together just 2 or 3 slides just as a welcome presentation. So let's see what information we have in here. So our application is going to be kind of like a finance application. We're going to try to build a couple of services, and we're going to start with one service at a time, and then we're also going to add some of the basic authorization, registration, databases, services that we need. So let's see what it says here. Welcome to the next generation of stock markets analysis. Our AI power application harnesses the power of advanced machine learning algorithms to analyze historical stock data and provide accurate predictions, helping you to make informed investment decisions. So that is a description of our application. Some of the services that we're going to build will be a prediction service. So you can get a short stock prediction based on the stock historical data. And we're also going to do sentiment analysis. You can determine the market sentiment surrounding specific stocks. And another service will be personalized finance planning, where you can get a tailored investment plan based on your personal financial goals. So I have a few more services in mind, and for now the first one we're going to be building will be the prediction one. Let's continue here. This is our slogan. So unlock the future of investing with AI. Here's the tech stack that we're going to use. We're going to be using Next.js for building the React application. We're going to be using OpenAI ChatGPT model in order to generate our AI responses. And we're going to be using Tailwind CSS to style the application. And we're going to use Supabase to take care of the database. And maybe we'll also do the authentication and other services that Supabase provide. Last one, we have a quick disclaimer. In this application, this is not real financial advice, so you should not be using this service to make your financial decisions. This is educational purpose only, and I hope you enjoy building the application or learning the use cases, but do not use this to make your financial decisions. So we're going to just jump into creating the application. So let's go and get started. All right, so we're going to start in the Next.js documentation. We're going to be using Next.js with the app router. And in order to get started, we need Node.js 18.18 or later. So make sure you have Node.js installed and is 18 or older. Sounds like it's a minor. It needs to be an adult. But let's go into now the terminal and make sure you use change directory to the folder where you want to create the application. And we're going to use this command to get started. So we're going to go in here and we're going to type npx create -next-app at latest, and we're just going to hit enter. And this is going to ask you a few questions, which are in here as well. We're going to answer these together. So there we go. So it might ask you to install something here in the create next app. So I'm going to say yes. And let's go ahead and install that package. And then now it's going to ask us the questions about the project. So for the project name, I'm just going to name it AI-stocks and make sure everything is lowercase and hit enter. Would you like to use TypeScript? I'm going to say yes. So let's use TypeScript. ESLint, yes. Tailwind CSS, yes. If you want to use the SRC directory, I'm going to say no. I don't want any extra subdirectories. So do you want to use the app router? I'm going to say yes. And would you like to customize the import alias? No. So as soon as we answer all the questions, this is going to go ahead and download all the packages, create all the files, set everything up for you. And as soon as this is done, we can go ahead and get started. So I'm going to pause the video and continue when this is done. All right, my application is now ready. So if I scroll up, we can see some warning messages, which is fine. And it says success, created your AI stocks project. So now let's cd into the new project folder. And we can open this with VS Code. So I'm going to use the command code space dot. If this doesn't work for you, just open a new VS Code window and open the project folder from there. Let me drag this over here. I can now close this terminal and we are ready to get started. Let's go ahead and have this side by side. So I want this here. Let's have this on the side as well. And let's have this side by side. Oops, that's not where I wanted to put it. Keep it here. There we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, and do this again. There we go. Cool. So in here, we have, let's close this tab here. Let's open a new terminal here. And we're gonna run the server from here. So we're gonna do npm run dev to run the development server. We're gonna open a new tab, go to localhost 3000, which is where our application is running. And there we go. This is the welcome application. We can hide the terminal for now. And now we can go into the app folder where all the application code is going to be located. Everything out here is basically configuration files. So let's open the app folder and let's go to the page.tsx, which is pretty much the home page. And let's delete everything in here. So grabbing the div all the way from there, all the way to the bottom. Delete that there. Let's wrap this into a main tag here. And let's delete this image import as well. Now let's just have a h1 that will say AI stocks for now. And let's also go into the globals.css, which is our global CSS file. And let's delete everything here except for the Tailwind's directives in there. So let's delete all of this here and save. Now we have a plain application, basically empty. There's no class names here and there's no CSS in here. So in here, first thing we're gonna do, let's go and add a class name here. And I'm going to add a flex min dash high dash screen. So you can take up the whole screen, flex dash call to set as a column, items, center, a padding of 24 around the page, and let's do font dash sans for now. Cool. So now is everything is centered with some margin around the whole entire page. And now to speed up a little bit of the creation of the page, of the landing page, I want to create a landing page that kind of like gives details about the application or the products that we are offering. So I'm going to create outside of the app a new folder, and I'm going to call this markup. And inside of this folder, I'm going to create a new file, call it home.html, and I'm going to paste some markup. Is just HTML, which is going to have some information about our product that we're building, so we don't have to type all the details in there. So this will be available to you in a link under the description. So I'm going to copy this and bring it over here. And basically all we have here is like a div with some paragraph about the information that we're going to use. And it has some classes already there. So see some Tailwind classes in there. The sections, they have an ID. And basically this is all text and a little bit of CSS. So let's go and let's format this and copy this first div and put it in the page. So back in app page, let's put it right under the H1 in here. Cool, format it so it looks better. So let's keep the div there. Now, we can put the next section, which will be this section here. And let's grab it from here all the way down. And this section is about why you should use our service, our application, or our chatbot. So we're going to copy that and paste it right under. And here we see some of the information there. We're still missing, but I'm going to change the background color in a bit. But you can keep it white if you like in that background color. Next, let's copy the next section here and bring that section right under this. I'm just copying it little by little so we can see everything that is in there. And this is the how it works section. So we're explaining to our user how everything works. And it says, connect, simply start a conversation with our chatbot and input the stocks you're interested in. Analyze, or AI analyzes the historical data and applies cutting-edge prediction model to forecast the potential stock movement. So this is the description of the service, the first service we're going to be creating. And it says we have a user-friendly interface and it can predict some of the data, real-time predictions. So we will work on this in a little bit. Now the next section we have is who can benefit. So let's grab this section here, bring it over to the main page, format it. Who can benefit: individual investors, financial advisors, traders. So some more information about our service and who can benefit from the service. Now at the bottom we have another div, which is just going to have a message at the bottom or a call to action: start predicting your service today. And then there's a paragraph with a little bit more information, which we're going to put at the bottom here, right before the footer. Start predicting today, just all the way at the bottom here, we have something at the bottom. And at the top here, we're going to create a kind of like a hero component with a nicer look in here. So for now, we're just going to keep all the information in there, and we're going to continue updating this page. Let's go into the globals again, and I'm going to put a darker background, but if you want to style this a little bit different, this is up to you. So I'm going to say body, and I'm going to say background dash color, background dash color, and I'm going to say 1E, and I'm going to set the color. I'm going to set it to white for now. You can have something softer than just white, and you may send the semicolon here, semicolon here. There we go. I'm gonna keep it at white. That's fine. It's not too bright, but you can have, again, any colors that you want in here. So let's close this for now, and let's just work on some of the UI elements that we're gonna show. So I want to, inside of the app folder, let's just create out here. Yeah, let's do it outside. So all the way outside, new folder. Let's do UI. And inside of the UI, we're going to right click, new file. Let's call this header.tsx. And let's do export default function header. And then we're going to return a header element. And inside of the header, let's have a link. So let's do a link, and let's use the next link and make sure it gets imported at the top. And then inside of the link, we're going to, let's do the h1 here. I want to have the h1 in here, and the h1 is going to say AI stocks, and the link is going to need a href, and the href is just going to go to /, which is the home page. And in here, let's bring in a little emoji here that I have, just to have that for now, but we can use an icon later. Just gonna put something in there for now. So right under this, I want to render a navbar, but I'm going to put the navbar separately. So let's add some classes to this. So class name, come on, class name, and let's do flex, items center, and justify center. So everything will be center, and a padding of 5. And let's actually render the header just so we can see everything here, what's going on. Cannot find header, the main header. No, yeah, okay. Don't know what's going on. So let's render this header back into, let's go to app. Let's go to the layout, and inside of the layout, we're gonna put it, where is it? The body's here, the children, and here's where the page gets rendered. So let's put it right at the top here. So let's do lesson sign header from the UI folder. There we go. Now let's go back to the header, now that we're rendering the header here, and let's do to the h1, let's have a class name that is of text -3XL, so we can have some large text. Then let's do font -sans, and then let's do Why is this not re-rendering? Function header, class name, text. What else? Fun dash. And let's do like a bold or black, really dark in here, really bold. So let's see what's going on. Refresh this page. It's not giving me anything here. Let's go back to the layout. Header from UI header. Okay, let's see if it's well, let's bring the UI folder inside of the app. I think I put it in the wrong location. Keep it inside. And now let's make sure this is already updated. Header is from app UI header. There you go. So basically I put the UI folder outside, which is not where we're supposed to put it. My mistake. So we need to keep it inside because the styles they configure to be applied to anything inside of the app folder. So this was in the wrong place. Cool. So we got the H1 now. So we can go back to here. We got the H1 with the AI stocks and the emoji here. So let's work on creating a navbar. So navbar.tsx. And for the navbar, I want to, let's go and say export default navbar, return a nav element. And here, let's go and bring in the import link. We're gonna link the link component, and also let's bring in the use path name. And we're gonna use it later to highlight the that the user, which page the user is currently on. I just want to have it in here so I don't forget. So export default function navbar, and in here is declare never read. Okay, so in here let's go and create a quick object here. So let's say const length equals a array, and here we're gonna have objects with the links information for each link we're gonna have. So the name will be home. We can display that inside of the link component, and the href will be just /. Now we can copy this down. Name for the next link, the name will be advisor, and it's gonna go to /advisor. Copy this down. Next one is sign up. So sign up, and let's copy this to let's do login. This is gonna go to /login. This one's gonna go to /sign-up. Cool. So now let's loop over this array inside of the nav. So let's do a UL, and let's have the curly brackets here. We're gonna say links that map, and we're gonna grab each link, and for each link we're going to parentheses enter so we can return a li. And inside of the li we're going to show the link that name, and here we're going to use the, let's set the key prop to link that name because they are unique, and then we need to set actually this is fine, but this here, the link that name, let's cut it and let's put a link tag. I was forgetting about the link tag. In here, we're gonna put the name inside of the link tag, and the link needs the href, which is gonna be link.href. And we're going to render this navbar back inside of the header component. So right after this link, we're going to render the navbar. Cool. So here we got the UL with the links. So now let's go ahead and let's do back into, let's do it back inside of the global. So let's go into the globals.css and let's have a that link class here, and we're going to do the add apply so we can use the Tailwind classes here. And let's do text-to Excel. We're gonna do in a medium size, we're gonna do padding of 1. In a medium screen, we're gonna do text-base and font-bold, and then we're gonna be using margin X-2. And let's do on hover, let's do a text-green 400, a lighter one there. Let's go back to the navbar, and on the link, let's use a class name, and let's put link in here. Cool. Now let's see inside of the UL, let's have a class name, and let's do flux justify between. Let's do items center. Cool. Let's see. That's fine. That's okay. A breaks there, but that's fine. We can keep it like this for now. Cool. So I created the separate link class so we can use it in any other link that we create. So we can make this a little bit smaller if we want. I think it's okay for now. They kind of look big, and it breaks when it's a little like this. But we'll come. Oh, it's little here. It's when it's in the medium size is fine. So let's go back to the globals, and let's do let's see, we have text base. Let's keep the text base in here, so smaller. And then let's do MD here on medium size. We have bigger size. I think I did it the other way around. There you go. That's fine. Cool. So in CSS, you write mobile first. So in mobile is going to be text based, right? Let's put this at the beginning here so we can read it better. So in small size, in a small screen, is going to be the text base. It's going to be smaller. But then when it gets to a medium size, the text we're going to go to 2XL. And when this medium, we're going to add a little bit more padding. And this is just being applied to every size. So the only change on medium is that we make the the text bigger there. There you go. And it just stays like that for large size as well. So here we have the UL has flags justify between item center, and then what else we need? I think that's fine for now. We'll come back to this just so we can write a little bit more of the UI when we have the actual pages. So let's go and close the navbar, close the globals for now. We can close this home page, and now let's go back to the home page. And in here, what we're missing is kind of like a hero component that we can create a simple one for now, and we can always come back to that one. So let's go and create a new file, hero.tsx. And for that hero component, let's have a export default function hero, return a div, and here we're going to have an h1, and the h1 is going to say AI stocks prediction. Let's go with that for now. Class names, we're going to have text-5XL, so really big letters. Let's do fonts sans for now because I haven't decided on which fonts I want to use. VG-gradient. Let's do gradient to right. So let's do gradient to right, and we're gonna use from dash green 300, and then to green 700 to dash green 700, and we're gonna do a padding of 5 and round it as well. And right under that, let's do a paragraph, and let's render this for now. Inside of the page, we're gonna delete this h1 here and render the hero component. All right, so right there we see the h1 with the letters, the gradient to the right, so start light and it goes darker, and the text and the fonts for now. Inside of the paragraph, we're going to have our slogan, so it's going to be unlock the future of investing with AI. Into that paragraph, let's add text dash center. Let's do margin tab dash 5. Let's do font dash semi bold, font dash semi, and let's do text dash 3XL. Cool. Or maybe 2XL. So if it's small, we can do, let's do 2XL. And then if it's a medium size, we want text dash 3XL to look better. Cool. All right. What else? So right now we have pretty much our landing page. All the information is there. That's good. Now, everything we're missing at the bottom, maybe we're missing a footer. And the footer is going to contain information about, same information is always in a footer. So let's close all of this up. and we're gonna create a footer .csx. And in the markup, let's create a new file, UI-components.html, and I'm going to copy some markup for the footer, so we don't need to type all of this information for the footer. And I'm going to keep it there. So let's say footer, and then paste the code in here. Boop. Good. So let's go ahead and use this to render a footer. So go back to footer, make sure you copy this, and let's go back to footer. Let's do export default function footer, return parentheses, and let's just paste that in here. So again, here we only have basically the styles on the footer. On the H3 that says stay connected, then you're gonna have a paragraph that says follow us on social media, and that div will wrap maybe your Twitter or X, whatever you want to put in there, LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever you use, Instagram, any page that you want. There's a link to the privacy pages and the terms and services, and then you have your your copyright. So we have 2024 AI stocks or right reserves. So now let's render the footer. We can close this up. Let's go back to the layout. This is the main layout of the page. So at the top, we're rendering the header on every page. And then at the bottom of the page, we're gonna render the footer. And footer was not imported in here, so let's do import footer from ./UI, right? Footer, where's the header? ./. We are here. Right. That /UI footer. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I think this is the same thing. Cool. So now let's look at the bottom of the page, and this is the footer. It looks a little bright here. So maybe if you want to go to the footer and edit the colors or edit the information, you can go in there. Let's make this 400. It's kind of like too bright. That's a little bit better. Here's kind of light, but this one was too much, I think. All right, let's close the footer. So now we have a footer. We have all the information we need. We have our links ready to navigate us to the homepage, advisor page, sign up, and log in. And now we're ready to start working on the advisor here, which is going to have all the services that we are going to offer. So let's stop here, and in the next section, we're going to go and start working on the advisor page. See you there.